Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorial. In this one I'm going to be showing you how to make a model of an F-117C Nighthawk. See, this is the model. A couple pieces fell off because this is a prototype. And the model does not fly. If you know anything about the F-117C, you know that it shouldn't even be able to fly at all. It's way too unstable. And normally I use my fingernail or something, but I now have a trusty Lego cutlass to sharpen the creases. So, to start off, you're going to need 4 sheets of square paper. I have my square paper right here. I'd recommend you use letter-sized or A4 as you're going to need to fold some pretty small things. So, you sheet your paper, you fold this edge to this edge, like so. Make sure it comes to that corner right there. Boom. Done. You then take this bottom crease right here and fold to it. And you create that crease right there. Use whatever you can to sharpen it. Your fingernail, an ID card, a rock, a Lego cutlass. Sharpen that crease as much as possible. It needs to be well defined in order to make this next step easier. To do that, you then tear along the crease line. Well, you can cut along the crease line, and I prefer to tear it, as I can't cut in straight lines. This piece of paper can be discarded. So, taking your first sheet of paper, you crease on the diagonal. Make sure it's a sharp crease. Fold these edges right here to the center line. Fold it in half. And that's about right to make a wing. Next, you go a small amount, and remember, a small amount inwards. Unfold that. Well, first you sharpen the creases. You then unfold, open, fold along there, perform a swivel fold, and seal that shut. Here, we'll see. Hopefully you can see it. And we repeat that on the other side. Fold it in half. And there you have one wing. Now, I have to caution you, this model is not true origami. There is gluing involved. But, as I said before, I did not make this origami. This is not an origami, as origami Nighthawks are incredibly complicated. If you check out Jason Merrill's F-117 Nighthawk, you'll see why. There. That's your wing. Now, we take our second sheet of paper and repeat that on the other side. Be back when it's done. And we're back. These are the two wings. They are quite large because I made this out of paper that was quite a bit bigger than the others. So, take these wings and put them to the side. Now, I apologize for my lack of activity for the past few days. I know I said I upload daily, and I haven't been doing that. I'm sorry. Even though we're on quarantine status, you'd think I'd have enough time to upload, but nighttime is the best time for me to upload, and I've been really busy lately. I have a life outside of YouTube. So, we take one square sheet of paper, fold it in half, so nice and sharp, unfold, fold it in half the other way, you see me swiping the table, it's because of glue. We now split the paper into fourths. You might be asking when you can see my face. I'll do a face reveal when my channel's monetized. Wouldn't that be something? So, we take these sheets of paper, and we take these two right here and a pair of tweezers, which let me go get. Be right back. Alright, we're going to need tweezers for this step because of very fine things we're going to be doing. So we fold this in half along this diagonal, fold it half along the other. Sorry, I pulled towards me. When I get a better camera, I'll make sure it goes directly overhead so you can see everything I'm doing. And maybe get some colored paper. So, diagonals folded. You fold these edges here to center. take these edges where they open up and fold them to center. Fold that flap, so take that flap and fold it to the back side to make it look like this. You can see it. Flap right here. You then unfold these and round it out. Using the glue stick you were using, I have a nondescript glue stick to avoid copyright strikes. And round it out to get the front part of the cockpit. See? Apply glue to the outside of one tab and the inside of the other for a strong bond. So, we repeat the same process here. I'm going a bit fast for you. You can go to the gear in setting. You can hit the gear, which is settings, click on playback speed, and set the speed relative with normal or 1 being the speed I'm currently going. Sorry, it's 10:30. When I'm recording this, it's 10:30 at night. So, you do not fold this flap backwards though. Instead, you open it up, round it out, use the same gluing technique I did before. For the second half of the cockpit. And take these two, fit this one into the other, like so, to this. Now, you take a writing utensil, doesn't matter what kind of utensil as long as it can write. Through a little pencil here. And exactly where these two meet, mark that out. Next, cut to that line. Cut a little bit farther than that line. And I realize I don't have scissors. Be right back. So, with my scissors here, I cut along the center crease just a little bit farther. Fold the tabs inward, like so. Then fold them outward to firmly establish these creases. Dry fit the flaps into the pockets. You may need to use tweezers for proper maneuvering. There we go. And we've created this little thing right here. You can choose to glue it or not to glue it. It's your choice. You set that off to the side. So we now take these two and fold them into a rhombus. So we take these two kites. So we make two kites. And then we open them up, apply glue to their entire internal structure. And flatten them out. There. You now take this to form the finer details. No, you don't do that. So, you fold it into fourths. You cut it into 4 pieces, like I showed you before. These are your 4 pieces. Set these two to the side for now. So we work specifically with these two. We then fold these into fourths to begin our next part. These right here will form the engines of the plane. So use a similar technique as we did for the wings as for this. Except we instead fold this flap inwards towards the center, unfold, open these, glue that down, use the gluing technique I mentioned earlier for the flap. Blocky and angular, I'm sorry. And the top half of one engine. Yes, this is the top half. So these are your two top halves. Set them to the side like all your other parts so far. Now you fold the bottom half of the engines. Just like the top halves, except this time they're rounded out on the bottom. This time you can't round it out over your glue stick or something, because that really won't work due to the size. So round it out with a pencil. Just keep this glued down. Bring that over there. Sorry this video is taking so long. I never intended it for it to be such a long video. In fact, I believe this is my longest one so far. The two bottom halves of the engine, and those go over there. So before we get any further, we need to get part of this assembled. So earlier in the video, I made a mistake about the wings. Hopefully the glue you used wasn't too strong. To actually fold this quite a bit down. About halfway in order to get the proper shape. Oh, this totally decimated the paper. Doesn't help that I applied a huge amount of glue on that one. This one I believe I only glue the edges. Do a bit of folding here to get this properly adjusted. Uh-oh, my glue sticks run out. Be back. And I'm back. So with a fresher glue stick, now you're going to have to do a little bit of mirror folding here. I'm sorry, in my mind, this was a much better model instead of this absolute mess. right here. Then this. We attach the cockpit, rhombuses, tripline glue to the bottom of the cockpit, and the engine top halves to create this thing. We now create a second rhombus. Feel free to hate on me in the comments section for having such a long and boring video. Because honestly, I don't care. Just try to limit the profanity. With this second rhombus complete, we then glue that to the bottom of this model, to the bottom of the model, and let that sit for a while. Fold this in half. Fold a water bomb base. Fold it in half. Leave a tiny gap there as you fold down the two sides. Now, we take a small part of this, fold it down, this shut. Put glue along this line here. Attach it to the plane along the mid-ridge. Take the engine bottom halves, put glue on them, specifically the flat half, attach them so they'd be in line. And congratulations, you got yourself an absolute mess of a model that I shouldn't have even made a video on. Why do I bother wasting my time with this? But anyways, hope you enjoyed, and that will be your finished product. Make some adjustments to the wings as you please, as this is meant to be improved on drastically. Origami Gamer, out.